Good morning and welcome to Phu Quoc Island, Vietnam. We got the flight from Hanoi yesterday and arrived in this island paradise just off the coast of Vietnam, not too far from the islands of Cambodia. And this place is the home of fish sauce and pepper, two of the biggest trades that come off of this island. We are actually staying on Long Beach, which is the longest beach on the island, the most popular one in terms of hotels and restaurants. It goes right through the main town of Duong, and we are staying at Cassia Cottage. Look at this place, absolute paradise. Unfortunately, the weather in June, as of the time of filming this video, is so-so. The weather here on the main beach in the west is pretty rough, but apparently if you go over to the east, it's really calm. So I'm sure we'll check out that at some point. But welcome to the islands. Welcome to Vietnamese paradise. Cheers. Wow.
Cheers.
What a location for breakfast.
This is beautiful. So this is the Spice House restaurant. We have the fanciest looking omelette ever, and I couldn't believe this when I saw it, but there is Starbucks coffee, and I think that just makes the difference. It's also very nice to be sat in the sunshine. Fingers crossed it stays like this all day, next to the pool, and with an amazing beachfront view. But I think today's going to be a pretty chill day. We're going to get a bike and we're just going to explore a few things on the island after I've eaten breakfast.
Thank you so much.
Breakfast was very good. We even had sourdough bread. I mean,
We haven't had that for so long.
Oh, we haven't had it for so long. Starbucks and sourdough, you cannot go wrong. But as you can see, we are currently on the bike. We rented it from the hotel. It was 200,000 dong for the day, which is about £6. And our side of the beach is best for sunset. So we're heading to the other side, which is actually supposedly the best beach in Phu Quoc. What is going on?
And we have made it to Sao Beach. It took about 30 minutes in the end, and it's completely the other side of the island. From top to bottom, I think the island is over 50 kilometers long, so it is a fairly sized island, Phu Quoc, and this is lovely. Proper white sand beach. The sea is completely different to the side that we're staying on. It is so calm, so blue. You've got a lot more palm trees over here. It's a lot quieter as well. There's only like 2 or 3 beach club slash hotels, and it's a great spot to chill for the day. This is unreal.
I was not expecting the sand to be so powdery and so white. The watercolour is very blue, and there's palm trees all along.
It's so different here. I think after we done Nha Trang 3 years ago and we weren't fans.
Yeah, I think it's completely different. This feels definitely like a little tropical paradise, doesn't it? Are we in the Maldives? A swing? In Phu Quoc?
The Maldives of Vietnam. I actually really want to go on this though, but Molly's not letting me for some reason.
No, the swings are a much better idea. Woo! Before we show any more of Phu Quoc, we have actually teamed up with Skyscanner to give you 3 travel tips that will change how you travel. I guarantee it. Number 1 is to travel with just hand luggage. Now it may seem daunting, and it's still very daunting to us. You'll notice we do carry a mid-range size, so not a huge case with us. But on certain occasions and destinations, you can actually manage to get away with a small hand luggage case for the trip. We actually love to use packing cubes as they keep everything neat and tidy. We tend not to bring too many toiletries as we often buy them abroad. It saves space, and we also wear the bulkiest outfits and shoes to the airport. That means you have more space in your case. Tip number 2 would be to be flexible with your travels. To get to Phu Quoc we used Skyscanner, and we just basically used their traffic light system to find the cheapest date. We had a certain range of dates we could use. We picked the green date, which means it's the cheapest, and for us, being flexible when we travel really helped us save money, because basically if we weren't flexible we would have probably ended up paying a much higher price. And last but not least, tip number 3 is basically to avoid jet lag. Long haul flights can be a killer, and we really are still trying to work it out, and even for short haul flights, because sometimes short haul flights can be at really unearthly hours, and then you get to your destination and you just miss out on that full day. So what we always try and do and recommend is to stay awake as close to your normal bedtime as possible. This means your body should automatically snap into place. Don't quote me on that, but I'm keeping my fingers crossed that that is what's going to happen to us when we fly to Ho Chi Minh. So those are our 3 travel tips that we are sure will completely change how you travel. Skyscanner is a massive part of our travel journey, and we really wouldn't be in Phu Quoc without them. So thank you Skyscanner for teaming up with us. We hope the travel tips will help you, and let's get back to Phu Quoc.
The water is just amazing. The sand is so soft. I didn't actually think Vietnam had beaches this nice. This is by far the nicest beach we've ever been to in Vietnam. I need to take my shirt off. I'm gonna get my shirt wet. It's just there, just swinging on the swing. I really want to go on this, but Moni said I'm too old. I'll end up pushing kids off and getting them competitive. But yeah, wow, so calm. It's a complete contrast to the other side of the island at the minute, because in this season the other side is just huge waves. So for surfing, it's really good, but for chilling, Sal Beach.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Cheers.
Cheers.
This is the life. We have walked down to the left as far as you can go, away from many of the tourists, and we found this place. What is it? Paradiso. It's really good, it's really cheap. It's the only place with these perfectly placed palm trees, and they do mango shakes for less than £2 English. This really is Paradiso in Vietnam. I didn't think we'd find this after Nha Trang. Look at this. We definitely made the right decision walking down this end.
This is unreal. I don't have too many words to describe it. I mean, I'm so shocked, like really surprised, pleasantly surprised, because this is not what we were expecting in the slightest.
That is as turquoise clear water as you can get.
And we have such great sand and a mango shake.
Another one before we leave. It's so good. We have just travelled 5 minutes down the road and we have made it to Phu Quoc Coconut Prison. This place was established by the French in the 1940s, and then it was reused during the Vietnam War to put in communist prisoners, and apparently here there were some brutal tactics used, terrible torture, and tens of thousands of people were in here at any given time. It's actually free entrance to get in, so we're walking to the entrance now, and it's now used as a historical site to remember the atrocities that took place here.
Despite the beautiful name, the Coconut Prison, it actually isn't very nice at all. They got the name because supposedly there was coconut tree plantations here that the prisoners were supposed to have worked on, and just as you walk in, it's reminding us of Auschwitz with the sort of like stable type areas where I'm assuming people would be. They actually also had tiger cages here where people would have to sit in thick barbed wire. I mean, it's just very realistic.
To show you, they'd have 3 people in a small thing like that. It's horrible. It's actually really well done here, and there's actually so many pieces of information all around the prison, so you can find out more about the history of this place. And there's so many life-sized sculptures of prisoners, of guards, of everything. We're actually now walking through one of the tunnels that some escapees dug, and 21 of them actually got out. That was very eerie, but really well done, and definitely should add it onto your Phu Quoc itinerary. It only takes 10 to 15 minutes to walk around. Like, it's not all beaches, beautiful beaches in paradise. You can come here and find out a lot about the history of this island.
Would highly recommend visiting that if you have the time, and getting a bike in Phu Quoc, because the ride is pretty cool, and 10 minutes from the Coconut Prison is supposedly the single longest freeway three-way cable car in the world, and we are heading there right now.
Scrap that, we are not getting the longest three-way cable car in the world, but welcome to the strangest place in the world. They are basically building a fake European city here, some oversized, it is a real eyesore, and unfortunately you can't do the cable car anymore. Well, just the cable car. You have to book the full day to go to a water park, have a buffet meal, and I really don't want to do that. I just wanted to do the cable car there, check out the island, come back. I think the island that you used to be able to go to is also much like this. I mean, it's kind of pretty, but compared to Sal Beach, which is untouched paradise, this is horrible. Cheers.
Cheers! Everything happens for a reason. We're now back at our hotel enjoying a complimentary cocktail with no name. It's orange and vodka. Do they taste nice?
It's really good. Supposedly they have this every day. Well, they do have this every day between 4 and 5 for guests, which is great, but it's a shame we didn't get to go on the cable car. I really wanted to do it. You go over like fishing villages to the island, but I'm not sure whether it has changed a lot recently. It's like an eyesore.
Very built up,
it's overdeveloped. They've built this weird fake Europe, which isn't very nice, and then the island, which I know used to have beaches, it might still do, is mainly just a water park, and I didn't want to pay to go to a water park and have a buffet dinner. I'd much rather have a cocktail
in the pool,
chill out, and I think we might even get a sunset tonight.
Quick change, and we are keeping our fingers crossed that we get a sunset and our beachfront is like golden sand, really.
Alright.
Waves are still pretty rough, but we're hoping to head to a beach bar and, like I said, catch a sunset. Now this is what we love. Sitting on little bean bags, watching the sunset. I don't think you can pick it up on camera.
Sort of a sunset.
Sort of a sunset. This is Osten Beach Club. I mean, the service is absolutely
really
atrocious.
Rude, but it's beautiful.
They're very rude, but I'm sat on an orange bean bag, overlooking the sea, watching the sunset with a beer.
Thank you so much.
Oh, it looks amazing.
Thank you. I'm so hungry. We literally skipped lunch today. All we had was them mango shakes, but we are back at the Spice House at Cassia Cottage, the hotel we're staying at, and wow. Look at this starter. This is the coolest setup ever. I've got some fried spring rolls. Molly has got like a feta and watermelon salad, I think.
Very beachy.
Oh, that smells good. I don't know. They
smell so good. Can you hurry up and eat?
I'm going with this sauce.
Chili sauce.
I think this one's chili. Oh yeah, good.
Are they hot?
Very hot. I don't even know what it is. I think it's pork. But it's oh dear.
Oh dear.
I can't even explain how good they are. Wow. And now the main.
Look at this. I have, oh my god, a Black Angus burger. Matt is so jealous right now. I can see
We're sharing.
it. I can see it in his face.
Sharing.
He made me cut it in half specifically, but
that is juicy.
You're not having any of my burger. That's a fact.
I mean, I'm not that jealous. I've got some paella style risotto, so I'm not really missing out.
Burger or risotto? Good morning. So we're going on a boat today.
Thank you. Good morning guys from Phu Quoc, Vietnam. We ate far too much food last night. We ended up having a 3-course meal, but I feel like we needed it because today we are going island hopping and snorkeling with On Bird Tours Phu Quoc. Basically they specialise in all things that not all the other tour companies do. So they go to the hidden spots, they find the hidden snorkeling spots that I can't even reveal the location of, and we have just stopped off at our first stop, Pineapple Island. Look at this place to basically practice because the sea is really rough at the minute, so we got to do some practicing for the snorkeling. This is definitely not a bad spot to get our practice in this morning, and this is actually the island that the cable car takes you to, and you can see what the back end of it is like, absolute paradise, and the other side is obviously all built up with a water park, but sadly I don't know whether this will be here in a few years' time.
Time to practice. This is going to be a big practice session for me actually, practicing in shallow waters, how to use them.
I feel like I might leave you here for the day and pick you up later.
doesn't sound the best, but it's a very beautiful island.
This is paradise. It's so tiny.
Yeah, it is.
Doesn't
so
really
small.
look like a fingernail though.
Wow, this is definitely paradise. I did not expect this at all on an island. Look at the state of my hair. Oh my god, that looks so bad. That is the beauty of snorkeling, and I absolutely love the fact that you get to come to islands, you get to snorkel, and you get to see really what Phu Quoc has to offer. But look at this, Fingernail Island. It really doesn't sound very nice, but it's paradise.
The watercolour here is amazing, but it is so busy.
I did say it is incredibly busy here, but I was not expecting water to look like this.
It looks unreal, but I now sort of understand why On Bird said not to come here.
Yeah.
Very busy.
They kind of said that this island would be too busy, too crowded, but it's nice to see it busy and crowded because it's so beautiful.
A very beautiful island, but very busy. It's worth a 5-10 minute stop. There are actually 15 south of Phu Quoc in the An Thoi archipelago, so we've got a lot to choose from, and we need to get some snorkeling in after our practice. Next stop, Zong Ha Island. We're not going to disclose exactly where we are around the island or the exact location of the coral because On Bird know the best and healthiest coral, and we don't want too many people spoiling it. So look at this, it's beautiful. It's time to enjoy some snorkeling. Wow, okay. It is so alive in this area. It is full of cactus coral, which I have never in my life seen before.
That snorkeling was so much fun. We didn't want to show you too much because we don't want to give it away, but there were so many different types of fish, and it was just nice to see the coral alive. And the cactus coral, when you go like this with the waves, it goes funny. But we have made it to Mae Ruk Island again, another crazily busy island, but with good reason. It is beautiful.
The water, I didn't expect the watercolour. This is the bluest
turquoise,
water,
yeah.
turquoise, most turquoise water I've seen in Vietnam. We would find the beach bar.
Can you believe it? Mae Ruk Trong Beach Bar. This is our type of place.
Thank you. Cheers.
Cheers. First of the day. We're not allowed too many because we do have one stop after this, but I can't believe that we've come to this whole thing would not have been expected, right? I did not expect this in the slightest. We've got a beach bar. Like, I feel like I'm somewhere else. I don't feel like I'm in Phu Quoc in one of the islands.
Yes,
it's crazy.
I didn't expect it, but look at that water. The watercolour's amazing, but again, it is so big. I don't think you can miss the crowds here.
No, you can't miss the crowds, but you can sit back and enjoy a bit.
Like I said, Fingernail Island, incredibly beautiful. The watercolour is incredible, but there is just far too many boats. There must be 50, at least 50 speedboats here, and again, we were actually recommended by On Bird not to come here because how busy it is, but you got to look past the busyness and just appreciate the beauty. Thank you.
Wow, what a tour. On Bird really did blow themselves out of the water. So where do I even start with it? The last stop that we had, we actually couldn't even show you. They want to keep everything really secret and to save the coral, basically. And the snorkeling was really alive. There were so many different types of fish, some that were sparkling, and it was so pretty.
They wouldn't let us film the location because they don't want people to know where it is, which is a good thing. So
it's very secret, but it was lovely, and the islands were busy. They didn't really want to take us there, however we really enjoyed seeing them because it's so nice to see people travelling, and I didn't expect islands to be like that here in Phu Quoc. But we're back, we're showered, look at how red I am, and I do need to show you where we're staying. First things first, check out our balcony here. Huge balcony, sun setting just over here. Sea view, this is Cassia Cottage as we mentioned yesterday, and then you come in, this is where it gets good. Are you ready? It's massive. We have a huge room. We have fan and aircon, which is needed. Huge double bed, sofas type thing, table and chairs, desk. We even have a fly swatter. I've been using that on Mary.
Hold on.
No, don't be stupid. Don't be stupid.
I'll take it with you in case there's a mosquito.
We have all of our storage space. They actually give you refillable water because you can drink the water here, which
the taps.
Something you didn't know. They get it from the well, so cool. And we have a huge bathroom, and there is the sign that says yes, you can drink the water. But room tour done, I'm showered, I'm ready, and we're gonna go and head for dinner. And we are off to the night market with the good bike driver. Oh my gosh, this is so busy. It is so busy, and all we can hear is this chopping noise. So I'm getting an ice cream, banana and Nutella.
Thank you. So we ended up having dinner at our resort Cassia Cottage and had tofu with lemongrass and rice, and it was so good. The night market is a little bit too busy for my liking. Everyone's shouting, but the ice cream's probably the only good bit. Oh yeah, that is the only good bit. I mean, if you like seafood, it is definitely the place to come. There are seafood restaurants absolutely everywhere, with the odd ice cream restaurant for those of us that don't enjoy seafood.
Wow, Phu Quoc, what can we say? That was a very unexpected trip. We did not expect to find beaches like that, and we certainly didn't expect to enjoy it as much as we did. We popped out obviously to the night market, and then after that we headed to the Cheeky Traveller, which is like an English pub. There isn't that many tourists at the minute, so it was quieter than it usually is. I'm surprised there's not many tourists considering there's no restrictions, but that was our 2 days in Phu Quoc. Cassia Cottage was amazing, and it was really nice to just go out and explore with the bike. However, as you can see, I'm in the hustle and bustle. We are in Ho Chi Minh, and we have one last day before we leave Vietnam, so we will see you in the next one for that.